Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video we are going to further develop the search page of our application. In the previous video we left off by actually implementing the logic for checking if our user was active or not, and then displaying the different text for if the user was active or if he was not active, and 1 hour had passed before he was last seen on our application. There was a small error in our logic, and all we would have to do to fix that is that we have to go to the line where we actually check to see if our user is active or not, and we have to add this not sign before our actual check, because we have to check to make sure that the last seen time of our user is within an hour of the time that is within our application. So with that, we are now ready to actually start working on our application and further develop the search page. So now what we're going to do is that we are going to employ another tertiary check. And this tertiary check is going to be here for the second widget inside of our actual column, so about an hour ago one. And here we're going to check if our user is active. If our user is active, then we're going to display an actual container is going to have a green background, is going to be circular. So I'll copy and paste that code in here. So it's this code. And if our user wasn't active and it's been more than an hour, then we'll actually show our text. And the text is going to be something different now. So what we'll do is that we'll firstly go to the top and we'll import our time ago package. So it's going to be time ago. This was a dependency added inside of our pubspec.yaml file. And once we have our time ago package imported, we're going to go down to the widget that we were working on, which was this one. And here what we're going to do is that we're going to take our time ago module, and we forgot to actually import it as time ago. So I'm going to go to the top and set it as time ago. Then I'm going to come down. Now what we're going to do is that we're going to access our time ago package, and then we'll use the 100 format function, and then to this we'll actually pass in our user data and then dot last seen, and then we'll cast that to a date, and then we'll add a comma, Alt-Shift-F, command save. With that, you're going to see that our search page gets updated now, and you're going to see that we display data saying last seen 12 days ago. James is active right now, and I went to Firebase and actually updated James's timestamp of last seen to make him look like he's active right now on the application. And then for Tom, he was last seen 6 days ago. Okay, so the last thing we have to do is actually link up our actual whatever we type in our search to what's actually displayed inside of our users list view. To do that, what we're going to do is that we are going to go to our database service, and we're going to update our actual get users DB function, because for now in our search page, if you go to our actual user search field, we save the search text inside of the onSubmitted function, and then inside of our users list view function, we actually then pass this search text value to our actual function, which is get users in database. But this function is not using our search name in any field. So what we're going to do is that we're going to define a new query. The way we're going to do this is that we're going to apply a new query to our actual document reference or collection. And here we're going to define the actual query. So we're going to get the reference to our collection, and then we're going to use the where function, which helps us define a query. And then we'll say where the name, and what is the name? Well, where the name is greater than or equal to, and is greater than or equal to our search name. So where our name is equal to our search name or is greater than our search name. So this is going to do string comparison. And once we have this, the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to append to this another query, and here we're going to say where name, and then what we're going to do is going to add is less than. And by the way, if you want to see all of the options you have, you can do control space, and then you would be able to see what options you have. And we're going to do is less than, and then in this case it's going to be less than our search name plus the Z character. So I'm going to do Alt-Shift-F and then command save. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tell you what this is going to do. Well, with this query, what we're going to do is that if a search name comes in, and we can say that that search name is foo, it's going to search all documents where the name is either foo all the way up to foo-z. So anything in between this, which could be like foo-a, or it could be also foo-q. So all of these, like in the middle values, are going to be included in the data sets, as well as the actual first one and the last one. So this is what the actual two queries that we append to our collection do. The first one checks to see that the name is either equal to foo or is greater than, for example, foo. So it could be foo-a, foo-q, foo-z. And then if we do not apply the second query limit, then what could happen is that we could also grab those documents which could be like foo-a. So this is also greater than foo. So to limit this, what we do is that we actually say that the query goes from foo and then it ends at where we have the actual search name plus a z in it. So with that, we have defined our actual get users in database function. And I'm going to do Alt-Shift-F command, save. I'm going to reload our application. And we're going to go to our search page. So for now, we are pulling down all of the users, because the reason for that is that we, if you remember, initialized an empty search name, which was an empty string here. And then we would go to the actual z. So that's why it's pulling all of the users. And once we go to our actual search and we add just TO for Tom, for example, and we do enter, you're going to see that it brings Tom. And if we do, for example, Hussein, it shows us Hussein. And if we remove everything and we'll do enter, it will show us all of the users. And we also have the loading indicator showing up. So for the time that we are actually pulling the users, a loading indicator is shown. So with that, we have completed the actual functionality for our search page inside of our application. Okay, but there's still one small thing that we have to do, and that is that we are showing the same user too as the user that we are inside of our search page. And the way we're going to fix this is that we're going to go to our search page and then to the actual users list view, and then inside of our builder function of our stream builder, what we're going to do is that we're going to filter out ourselves from the user data list. And we're going to do users and then data, and then we'll set that equals to users data, and then we're going to do dot remove where, and I don't know what happened, but we're going to use the remove where function. And then this function takes in a condition of what it's going to remove. So we'll get in contact, and then it'll go through the list and it'll apply this condition to each element. It'll see if our actual contact.id is equal to our auth.user.uid. And with this, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to remove this var keyword. I'm going to add this here, and we have to just remove this. So with that, I'm just going to do Alt-Shift-F command, save. And you're going to see that our user now gets removed from the actual search page. So if I reload the application again and we go to search page. Oh, and this error is because we are doing this when we have no users. So what we can do is that we can check to see if we should do this or not. And for that, what I can do is that I can add an if statement, and we can do if underscore users data not equal to null. Then we're going to perform this action. So this, and then remove the space, Alt-Shift-F command, save, reload our application. And with this, all of the errors should be resolved, and we should be pulling data from the Firestore database, as well as having the ability to actually query the data. So with that, I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace.